to pray. There's no angels where I go, only pieces that are broken, scattered dreams across the floor. I'm home.
Okay, this is directly after the part I just recorded. That is currently being edited, as you can see. Going over some of the footage and watching it, I actually saw that what I did was put the big hands girl over on this side of the tournament bracket. Whenever in the beginning I moved her over here. Yeah, I feel stupid. So, retconning it to what I said at the second half of the last part, her and Momo would have walked into the ring and started fighting, but they would have bowed and actually started fighting each other. President Mike would comment on how they're basically, these two have both trained, but Momo has trained with young Midoriya, isn't that right, Aizawa? Aizawa would say that yes, these two they're both the strongest in his class and the most dangerous because of what he's seen them do during the Heroes versus Villains. They were on the Villains team and actually won. President Mike would be kind of surprised by this because the way the pairings are, the villains aren't supposed to work together, and the heroes actually seem like they would have the quirks take on these villains. At least that's how I'm going to explain it. So President Mike would state that that's really weird considering how we've seen their drive to be heroes. President Mike would then be told by Aizawa that that may be true, but we essentially have 4 martial artists in UA. 2 of them are masters in over multiple sections. And yeah, the big hands girl and the tail guy, he says their names. He doesn't call them when I'm calling them. He would say their names and say, "Oh yes, these two. One of them actually did get into 1A, and the other was actually let in. Well, these two both got into 1A, and are actually going to be pretty good heroes. But the tail guy essentially has his own fighting style, and the tail girl has learned a fighting style. Because I want to say there was a fighting style with big hands, because that would seem like it would make sense. Anyway, back to this. Her and Momo would have started fighting and actually were using a very agile form of combat. Let's say capoeira. Because Momo would know capoeira, and that's a weird sentence to say out loud. I am still getting used to doing YouTube. But she would be doing this, and the big hands girl would have been on the defensive. And as soon as that does happen, Momo would attack and actually take her out fairly easy. Because she spars with Deku a lot. And Deku is able to hold both her and the tail guy off with one hand. Let's be real here. After that, it's going to be her versus Deku. Now then, there was a short intermission to repair the ring and a lot of stuff like that. But this time, because Momo would have beaten... Momo would have beaten Bakugo, so it's her versus Deku. Now, she's kind of freaking out at this, and so is Deku a bit. And they would actually meet. Everyone would be going down to the rooms to actually meet, and they would see Deku and Momo actually talking. Then they would shake each other's hands and tell them to get... She'd tell him to use everything he's got against her, and he would tell her the same. And yeah, this is going to be interesting. So... Oh, wow, that's fast. So, anyway, Momo would be fighting against Deku. As soon as they get in the ring, she would have started creating something behind her back, like on her back, and start having it form. And Deku's just standing there watching her do this. Everyone's kind of questioning what is he doing. Then they would see sparks coming off of him and actually see that he's actually powering up also. And Momo, whenever she did do this, she's creating essentially an Iron Man suit and not power bot. She's essentially creating like a giant like halo mech suit kinda around her body out of nanites. And she's fighting with Deku. They're essentially going at it, fighting and doing all that. After a minute, they're both fighting and their fists keep clashing, all this, all that. Everyone's watching as every single time their fists clash, everyone in the arena gets hit with the brunt of wind. Every single clash. Now then, Momo would be commenting on how she's really glad Deku helped her study so much and learn so much because she doesn't know where she'd be at if he didn't help her that one day. That she really appreciates it. Deku would explain that he kinda is in the same boat. He has to agree with her because he doesn't know where he would have, how high he would have aced on, well, how high he would have aced. He wouldn't know how high he would have been on. He doesn't know how high he would have scored during the written exam because he knows he scored second. Because she would know more information than him. He would teach her combat. She would teach him smarts. He's more tactical with thinking. That's why. Anyway, everyone's watching this, and this is all going on. Momo actually starts creating a railgun and stuff like that. BG, a BGB, a BFB, I think it's called, 9000 from Doom, and actually try blasting Deku with a lot of this stuff, but Deku is fighting her at 70%, and she's fighting him at 100%. Deku is using as much one for all as he can. Oh, crap. That is important. He's using it as much as he can. And he overpowers her because he's knocked off enough nanites. And she's overused her quirk quite a bit. So she's actually getting skinnier and skinnier and skinnier. And yeah, after that happens, Deku would have knocked her out as soon as he found the perfect opening, after smashing her with a 100% punch. And he would have actually broke his wrist, but not his whole arm. Because he does do more training. Because I don't know if One For All could actually destroy an entire arm if you've trained a lot. So let's just say that he doesn't work on... He works on his grip strength, yes, but the muscle was weak right there, so that's why he destroyed that part of his hand. This would have happened, and Deku would have gone to see Recovery Girl and got it healed. Momo would have been knocked out and healed by Recovery Girl and actually given some food to replenish herself. And she would decline this and say that she has a better idea. So after this would happen, Deku gets crowned the winner. Momo comes in second place, and Bakugo... no, not Bakugo. Huh. Let's say the Big Hands Girl would have come in third. All Might would tell Deku that he's pretty amazing in that he could actually hear their battle from outside the ring. it was shaking the area quite a lot. Deku and Momo would just look at each other and be astonished by this. So, yeah, that was the whole highlight of their day, or week, or month. That they essentially are able to shake an entire city. Uh, that's nasty. Well, at least it was ice cream. If anyone's wondering, I just burped. Yeah, it tasted like ice cream. Disgusting, yes, I know. Anyway, so this would happen as soon as All Might would cheer on Deku and praise him. Everyone would rush around Deku. Or not, no one would rush around Deku actually. After this, Deku goes to get off the pedestal, and Momo would actually pull him aside, pull him into a kiss. And as soon as she does this, she blushes up a bit afterward. Deku's kind of surprised because he didn't expect it at all. And yeah, Deku didn't expect it at all in the slightest, so he gets caught off guard actually, and this is actually the first time Momo's seen him blush. And everyone would be kind of making fun of them that, well, crap. Looks like you guys are going to be good heroes, but more importantly, you guys are going to be a good couple. They would kind of blush more at this, and they would actually have gone out to get something to eat. Because as soon as Momo woke up, that was the first thing she thought about. How, oh, her and Deku should go get something to eat. Because they've known each other for over the last year. So why not? And she would have had a bit of a crush on Deku since he saved her. And yeah. They would have gone out for probably a nice. Somewhere nice. They would have gone out and gotten a nice dinner, stuff like that. Had a good time. And actually go back to Momo's house to train a bit more, stuff like that. And during the. Yeah, okay, that works. After that, All Might would pull Deku aside, explain that Gran Torino. Not Gran. Actually, no. Deku doesn't really need to go to Gran Torino for this one. Because he knows he has One for All under control. Oh, that video's done. Alright, I'm gonna start uploading that since it's gonna take a minute afterward. Anyway, after that, they would then. Deku and Momo, they would go to a. Ah, crap. Ochako would have told Deku about what's going on with Ida. Deku would have asked Ida about this, and Ida would have lied to him. Kind of forgetting that he's a human lie detector for a minute. Okay, yeah. Afterward, he would begin. Deku and Momo would actually look for internships in the city Ida's in, so he doesn't do anything stupid. They actually do find a common hero that. They find a really good hero that actually wants to train them both. And this isn't that hero that Momo went to for her internship. Crap. What's that, Oh crap, I don't know this. Let's just say Endeavor. Because I could see Endeavor actually wanting to see Deku fire off. Well, get Todoroki fired up again. They would accept Endeavor's things. Endeavor would have talked to Deku, told him that he's here to make Todoroki stronger. Deku would say that he's not here for that crap. He doesn't really care. Well, he would just tell Endeavor that he needs to treat his son with more respect. Endeavor would get mad at this and tell him that he doesn't need to take orders from a kid. Deku would tell him that he's not that do you really want to do this? Because after that, Endeavor would actually challenge Deku to see where he stands. Because if he's able to beat his son, he should be able to. Basically, Todoroki only. The fight was only long enough that Todoroki passed out, so he wants to see where Endeavor, or where he stands with Deku, since he's trying to train him. Deku would immediately body Endeavor and take him out. Todoroki would be surprised by this. Deku would state that that's only him at half his power. Now, do you really want to go for another round? Endeavor, spitting out a tooth, would reluctantly say no. And actually, the funniest part is, Momo would begin to create certain things to fight Todoroki with. And yeah, Momo and Todoroki fight. Todoroki actually does get better at controlling his fire, because Momo just creates her mech suit out of nanites, and yeah. The reason why it's out of nanites is because they're 300 years in the future. They've got to know what nanite technology is. That one guy in the My Hero Academia movie was using it, so that's why. She would be fighting Todoroki and blasting him with a bunch of different stuff, trying to help improve his fire. She would have actually made a freeze gun to try and counter Todoroki's fire. That would have been one of her most challenging creations, because it basically fires liquid nitrogen in the compressed state. And liquid nitrogen is the coldest substance on Earth, and trying to compress it actually does sound very dangerous. I don't know if it's easy to do, if it's hard to do. That would happen. They would save Ida. Deku would take down Stain. But he would have taken him out with combat and actually using his nunchucks and a bow staff against him, along with One for All, doing all that. He would have beat Stain all on his own after Momo had held him off again. Her and Momo actually would have held him off and beat him. Pro Heroes would arrive, take Deku, take Stain away, and then, whenever they return for their internships, Deku and Momo would actually go out on a proper date. Wait, didn't they already do a date? No, they wouldn't do that. They would begin to go training again. Everything's commenting on what they did for their internships. Momo's commenting on what her, Todoroki, and Deku did. Todoroki is more relaxed because he doesn't need to. He realizes that he doesn't need to be better than All Might. He just needs to be a hero from what he's learned from Deku and Momo. And after that, plus he really likes seeing his dad get GTFO'd. So after that, Endeavor wouldn't really try and pressure Todoroki anymore, and All Might would tell them about how you guys are now going to be doing a teachers versus students exam to see exactly where you stand. Everyone is shocked and scared to see what happens, and yeah, Deku and Momo just kind of look at each other and give each other thumbs ups. Everyone would see this and they would start blushing. Momo would, but Deku would just look away awkwardly. So I'll be covering that in the next part, and goodbye, everybody.